I'm gonna try to make a quick, fast water loadout, starting with the generator mods, right? You're gonna want power mods in your generator, once again, because it helps with your power regen. The more power you have, the faster the power comes back to you, pretty much. So, I have dominance mods because I was a tank. I'm no longer a tank. You want your might mods in there, no brainer. So for your traits, right, you're gonna go into super powered, right? Non-negotiable. Go into super powered, critical attack chance, critical attack damage. Make sure you get these two. Non-negotiable. You have to get those. Might is in style, so we're might and power, right? Dump everything into might and power. You can't put any more into might and power. You want to go into precision. I'll tell you why. You're not going in precision because of weapon damage. You're going in precision because of pages of the black. When you pop a shield, it grants you this black shield around you. When enemies attack it, it does precision damage. It doesn't do might damage. That's why I put a little bit of precision up in there. But anyways, we're going to go with the loadout, right? We're looking at bubble, pressurized, riptide, dehydrate, aquatic arsenal. Of course, aquatic arsenal is the star of the show. We already know. Come on now, don't get at me. They made it broken, right? Soul signature. You don't need this. It's just what I have, right? Drown. This is cool supercharged generator. Stoke flames. You need this to proc razor, right? Exobit steel. You don't need this at all. This is a flex spot. I just have it there. It's a flex spot. I'll tell you why later. Call of the Deep hits really hard. Great supercharged. Water spouts. We have Hope Wave. Alright. We have Hope Wave. Let's see. What else I need to go into? Me personally, when it comes to weapon, I think shield. Everybody should be spec'd into shield. When it comes to DPS, and just because of the shield lunge. This is how I fiend DPS when I'm like, DPS comping or whatever. If I need to get to the ads quickly, shield gets me there like that. Shield gets me there. I can shield lunge away. I can shield lunge to the ads. Alright, enough of that. So when you approaching, you want to clip all these. You can clip all these left to right on the first trade. You can clip bubble into pressurize into riptide. And once you clip riptide, right? You hit pressurized again. Now I'm gonna show you why you hit it again. Because Starfire should be your ally. You should be using Starfire's ability. Using a weapon buff ability now grants 8% might. Alright, we're gonna take advantage of that with water. I'm gonna show you exactly how we're gonna take advantage of that. Right now my might is 900,000, as you can see. Right? Alright. When I hit this buff, it's going to give me might, right? Now, and if I replenish it with Riptide and pop the buff again, I get the buff twice. That's the sauce right there. That's why water is really good with Aquatic Arsenal, because Riptide can reset the timer of this pressurized. So, and as you know, well, I don't know if you know, but Bubble, I'm going to just talk to you as if this is your first time ever going water. Bubble, right, surrounds yourself within a protective bubble that prevents incoming damage, okay? But inside the damage roll, while inside bubble, your attacks have a chance to deal extra damage. What that means is, if you pop this bubble and you attack with Aquatic Arsenal, right? You're doing extra damage. You have a little extra damage just for having bubble. That's why bubble is the best shield to be using with water. As you can see right there, it says bubble critically damage Spartan target for 193,000. Bubble critically damage Spartan target for 200,000. We're probably going to get 3. You usually get like 3 ticks from bubble, like 3 extra ticks of damage. So that's good, right? That's great. Now I'm gonna show you how to maximize your damage even more. If you use drown, right? Crushed enemies, you crush enemies, making them more vulnerable to crushing effects. As water, people who are, suffering from crushing abilities, they take additional 10. You see it at the bottom right there. Crushed enemies take 10% additional damage. Okay, that's good. Even with aquatic arsenal, crushed enemies take additional 10% damage. So you want to use this. You want to use drown. So let me show you how you would utilize it perfectly, right? This is what I would do. I go into combat, right? Sometimes I'll hit drown first. Sometimes I won't hit drown first. Sometimes I don't have time to hit drown. I might not even hit drown if it's just like, if it's trash mobs, I won't really hit drown. I'll just boop, 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 like that, and I'll just go in. I'll just go in just like that. Now, if it's a couple trash mods, maybe a lot of them, I'll put drown out there. I'll just for the extra damage, because you see drown has a nice little tick on it, nice little DLT, but it also makes your aquatic arsenal hit harder. So I will clip this into stoke flames like that. Now, Razor just destroyed the ad. I wasn't. I didn't really get to show it because Razor just destroyed the ad. I'm gonna do it again. I'm gonna do it again. So I'll go in, boop boop. Like, you gotta be fast with the clipping. That's exactly how I will go in. Especially if a target has a lot of health, I will go in just like that. Alright. Let me explain some more to you as if this is your first time using water. So, when you do these water attacks with aquatic arsenal, right? You're gaining stacks for dehydrate. This is why you have dehydrate. I really can't tell you how it works as far as the stacks with the attacks, but what I will tell you is, if you look at my loadout tray and I attack with aquatic arsenal, you see the yellow bars going up. Yellow bars going up. Wait till it fully go up. That means dehydrate is ready for you to use. Once you use it, it'll hit really hard, like hit really hard. I think the hardest I hit with a dehydrate was like, it was like 14 million. I think 14, 16 million, something like that. But the way you set it up is, if I'm going to dehydrate and I want to do big numbers, I would do this. I will wait. Get the dehydrate stacks up, right? You see how they're ready right now? If I'm like really trying to do damage and do pain, I'll pop that. I'll pop my might buff, right? Now buff up again. Do 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 do. I'm doing it slowly to demonstrate. Oh fuck, that took too long. I'm doing it slowly to demonstrate. Well, I'll pop all my buffs, right? Then I will hit the supercharge. Bam. Then I'll hit dehydrate. Bam. But the real sauce with that is, if you're fast enough, you can actually get off exhibit still. This is why I have this here as a flex. I have this as a flex spot because if you don't know what to do, when you put a PI on a target, a power interaction, which is these two, drown and stoke flames, right? Power interaction burns enemies, making them vulnerable to burning effects. Okay. We have crushed. You see? Crush enemies, make them vulnerable to crush effects. This is another PI, power interaction. These two are PIs. If you have PIs, if you have, where is it? Where is it? Okay, this is what it does. Fire a beam at a target. Beam gives you the 3 enhancements based on the power interactions on that target. Duplicate enhancements, increases the enhancement effectiveness or whatever. Right, so we're affecting them with burn and crush. So as you can see, crush, somebody steal, and where's burn? What is it? Oh, burning. There we go. All right. So I put 2 PIs on the target, so it should give me, in theory, a 28% might buff. Right? Let's see. Let's check it out. My might is sitting at, okay, 960. Okay. So in theory, if I pop one buff, if I pop one power interaction, see, my might didn't go anywhere for real, right? If I hit exhibit still with it, my might just went up by 200,000, 200 like 70,000, as you can see. We're gonna let that come off cooldown. I'm gonna show you what it looks like when I do 2 power interactions. Alright, now that we're here, I need to show exactly what I was talking about. So when I have my supercharge, Call of the Deep, right? When I'm ready to use it, hold on. When I have Call of the Deep ready, right? I like to buff up with Exobit Steel. This is the only reason why I have it on my loadout. I don't use it for any other thing but Call of the Deep, really. Or Dehydrate sometimes, but it's really just for me to hit big numbers with like Call of the Deep. So, I will go into battle. I will do my usual buff up. I'll hit this buff, my trinket, and then what else I'll do? Oh yeah, the PI, Exobit Steel, and then boom. Like that, big damage. Razor wanted to show off right there. Let's see what the damage looked like from just that simple, simple bam. Much damage did I do there? I did 100 million in what, 9 seconds. So that's crazy, as you can see. Where is it? Where's the supercharge? Call of the Deep. How much did they hit for? Critically hit sparring target for 12 million, 12 million. Yeah. Without the crits for like 5 mil. But yeah, that's pretty much it. I usually hit like really even harder than that. Sometimes I get like 16 to 20 million with that shit. But it really depends on how buffed up you are and shit like that. Like I'm not really buffed up and all that. But that's it. That's the display. I'll show you how to validate with it later. So what I was trying to explain earlier is if I'm really trying to validate, like if I'm really trying to do lots of damage, I'll pop and I pop everything and I just go crazy. I would do it just like this. Walk up, you know, I'll get that might buff ready, and then as soon as that might buff's ready, I'll pop it, hit my soul, dehydrate, boom. And that would do like crazy amounts of damage. These sparring targets don't last enough to show you how much damage I'm really doing. But I was able to hit 20 million with the water ultimate. In elite content, I was able to hit 20 million with it. These sparring targets don't do justice of displaying the numbers that I'm really doing. They die too quickly. But water is great. The reason why I have on water spouts and hope wave is because when aquatic arsenal decides that it just doesn't want to work, sometimes the combo doesn't work and like the game glitches and it makes it to where you can't finish your combo. That is so irritating. So when that happens to me, I just fall back to using this whole wave and water spouts, keeping that up and just water spouting, and that's what this for. It's just for emergencies. Nothing special. Just for when my aquatic arsenal glitches. I'll just start ranging with this. Or if I'm fighting Zoom or something like that and I need to range, I'll just range a little bit. But most of the time I'm using aquatic arsenal. I keep trying to explain to people that like aquatic arsenal is not only a melee. It's not only a melee ability. I promise you it's not. Like this is range. Look how much range this shit has. From all the way back here you can attack. That is a ranged attack. So you can attack and add from all the way back here. And you can just roll out of the way. Just know when to bail out. Just know when to bail out. That's how I use Aquatic Arsenal. Bailing out. I'll approach the target like this. As soon as I get close enough, I'll bail out. As soon as I get too close, bail out. Like, I literally fight Zoom. I fight everything in the game with this damn thing. Aquatic Arsenal is broken. If you're not using Aquatic Arsenal by now, you're behind. I'm sorry. But that's all I got for you for this water loadout. I think I covered everything. Did I? Covered everything I needed to cover, I believe so. Let's see. Covered the allies. You know, we use Walk It Off for the supercharge. Oh yeah. You use Walk It Off for your supercharge, and for your head mod, you want Ultimate Supercharge, which grants you 15% supercharge back to you. And this is a non-negotiable Ultimate Supercharge mod. If you're trying to spam supercharges, that's non-negotiable. You need that. For the neck mod, Unending Power increases your might by 25% for 4 seconds when you attain a 25 hit combo, which is easy to do with Aquatic Arsenal. You need that. That's a non-negotiable. Accelerated Bubble doesn't matter. I like to have my shield back, so I got Accelerated Bubble. Remember that bubble does damage too, so it's really helping your DPS. Increase your health 15%. What else I got here? Restorative Water Spouts, Tumbling Master, max damage on the hands. Oh, I didn't go over my artifacts. Oh, I'm tripping. I didn't go over the artifacts. Well, honestly, you want Razor Power Body. That's a non-negotiable for every DPS right now. Pages of the Black, non-negotiable. Need that. Scrap of the Soul Cloak. Definitely need it if you plan on spamming supercharges. This is the key to spamming supercharges. This and Flash. Increase your maximum supercharge and supercharge generation by 27%. As you can see, I have this wolf pack to max out. The transformation card is not very important. It's great, but I don't feel like it got too much lifespan on it left. Candle, definitely a flex. You can get rid of Candle and put like, I don't even know. What would you use? Pied Piper's Flute maybe? Something else. It's an artifact that's great as well that I can't think of right now. I don't know. I don't know if Ida Gemini still slaps on that. But anyways, this is just what I have to work with. Use what you have to work with. Either way, it's water. You're going to do fine. So that's all I got for you. I'm up out of here. Hopefully y'all enjoyed the loadout.